Hello, everyone. This week we're going to be learning about recounting stories. And don't let this scare you. Recounting stories just means retelling stories, something that I'm sure all of you already do. So, this week we're going to be learning to retell or recount stories from around the world, which is super cool, by telling key events in the order in which they happened. Oh, I know that. In the order in which they happened. We learned about that. That's called sequencing. Oh, yeah. We learned about that. Okay, so don't be afraid of retelling stories. I want you to imagine. Imagine you've seen this, all that garbage you've seen. Imagine you have a big pile of garbage. You've seen it. Okay, and some of you might have seen a trash compactor. Okay, and what a trash compactor does is it takes all that garbage and it squishes it and it squeezes it and it pushes it down into a very small condensed block of garbage. This happened in, let me think, the movie Monsters Inc., if you've seen Monsters Inc., where they had to save Boo from the trash compactor. Okay? So it's when they squish all that trash down into one tiny little block of trash. Okay? It still stinks, but it's trash and it's smaller. So I want you to think about compacting this during this lesson, because that is exactly what we do when we retell a story. We take all of the story, which is a lot. It has a lot of details and a lot of characters and events and all that, and we have to squish it down so we can easily retell it and make it a lot shorter, but still keep the important stuff. So let's take a look. When you recount a story, you are retelling the story in your own words. Your own words! Sometimes in your reading logs, you guys just kind of read the story to me, or you just give me a quote from the story. No! You're supposed to recount the story. Tell it to me in your own words. Be sure that you include the key details and events that happened in the beginning, middle, and end. Tell the events in the sequence or order in which they happened. All that means is don't start it with the end. If you're telling your friend about your favorite movie, you don't start with the end. You don't say, oh yeah, I love Ariel. In the end, she becomes a person. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear the end first. Don't start with the end. Do it in order. Tell us about the beginning of the story where Ariel first sees Eric and wants to become a human. All right? That's exactly what that means. So, we're going to read a quick little story called A Bundle of Sticks. And it's really nice. And this is folk tale, a folk tale. And folk tales are usually, they're one of my favorite types of stories. They started usually orally, which means that they were told with spoken word, and it wasn't until much later that they were actually written down. They come from all cultures. All cultures have folk tales, and they usually have a central message or a lesson for you to learn, which I've always appreciated and found very interesting. So, without further ado, let's read A Bundle of Sticks. Long ago, a mother had 3 children who were always arguing. Your arguing sounds worse than the clucking of all the hens in the world, their mother told them. She wanted them to stop. One day, she got an idea. She gathered the children around her. Then she took a stick and broke it. See how easy it is to break one stick? She asked. Then she tied 3 sticks together. She asked each child to try to break the sticks. None of the children could break the bundle. The mother told the children, we're just like the sticks. When we don't stay together, our family is weak. When we stay together, nothing can break us apart. The children understood. From that day forward, they didn't argue as much. All right, so this is a really wonderful story about how important it is to work together, to stay together, to collaborate, because one stick, in the corner here you can see, one stick is easily broken. But when we stick together, when we work together, when we care about each other, in this bundle of sticks, see there's 3 sticks here, 2, 3, we are much harder to break apart. where there is strength in numbers, okay, and cooperation and working together and caring for each other. Okay, so that's a really good lesson to learn. So in this chart, a graphic organizer like this, with the beginning, the middle, and the end, is here to help you organize the most important details of a story. So I went ahead and organized this. I had to refilm it because my microphone wasn't on. So this is the second time I'm filming this lesson, but this is from the first one. This is how I organized it. So remember, thinking about our trash compactor, I did not take all of the things they said or all the tiny little details. I wanted the best things. I wanted to summarize it, to retell it in my own words, but make it a lot shorter. So in the beginning, a woman and her children are having issues because the children will not stop arguing. That's how I kind of condense the beginning part. I introduce the characters, right? I talk about the woman and her children, and I give the problem. They're having issues because the children will not stop arguing. Then I go to the middle. What happened in the middle? Well, the woman shows the children that one stick is easily broken, but a bundle of sticks is strong. And that's my own words. That's obviously not exactly what was written in the story, but that is what happened, and that's all that matters. And then I thought about what happened in the end. I said the children realize that they must work together, and they stop arguing. Okay, I have taken that story, which was quite a few sentences, right? I didn't rewrite this whole thing. That would have taken me so long, and I wouldn't have liked it. When we recount or retell stories, remember, think about our trash compactor. We're not that this story is trash. This is a wonderful story, and I like it a lot. But I think it's a good analogy, which is also called analogy. I'll write that down, which is a comparison. Okay. I think it shows a good visual of what it means to retell or recount stories. We take a lot of information, like this big pile of trash, and we make it a lot neater, a lot more compact. It's denser. But I still kept all the important things in my story. I kept the characters, a woman and her children. I kept the problem. I talked about the story, the central lesson, right in the middle, that one stick is weak, but 3 sticks is strong. And then I talked about my ending. So in your seesaw work, you are going to be doing the beginning, the middle, and the end, but of your favorite movie or your favorite book. Hopefully it's a book, but I will take a movie. Okay, so if you wanted to talk about Cinderella, you could talk about Cinderella or Moana or The Little Mermaid or whatever you guys watch or read these days, Harry Potter, Dogman, I don't know. Whatever you want to retell or recount. And remember, keep it compact. I don't want to see 20 paragraphs. Okay? Nice and short. Give me the most important things. Give me the characters. Mention the characters. Mention like what? The big problem in the story. And you don't have to say the big problem is. Don't do that. Just tell me about it, just like Miss Ficarra did. Okay? I don't say the characters are a woman and her 3 children. No. I just introduce them. A woman and her children are having issues because the children will not stop arguing. So, do your best. Okay, we are going to be practicing retelling and recounting stories all this week, and we get to do stories from all around the world. So I'm super excited. I think you guys will love these stories. I really like them, and I hope you have a great day. Do your best, and remember that you can do this.